Ethan Nwaneri, I mean, oh my word, what an incredible cameo off the bench against, Leicester. I thought he was absolutely incredible. The pockets of space he was picking up, the movement. I was just so excited seeing him. And I think what made me so happy was his first action. Straight away, I want that ball. Give me that ball. I'm going to drive. I'm going to show you what I can do. And when a player does that, 17 years old, I was in disbelief. I don't want to sound weird, but it just sent like these sort of shivers down my spine, because how can you be that good? How can you be that confident at 17? The game's 2-2. We haven't been playing our greatest. We're a bit complacent. I'm going to be the guy that grabs the game by the scruff of his neck. He just gave everybody a little boost. That first run, that first shot, everybody kind of got up. The crowd got up. The players felt it. Everything, the energy was coming through. And this sort of, ability to shift the energy as a youngster, I just can't believe that what I was seeing there was just absolutely incredible. Receiving the ball in tight spaces, the ball was glued to his feet at times, and this kid, he's 17. This is not normal at all. We cannot say this is normal. He didn't feel the pressure. He wanted to be involved. He wanted to pick it up. He wanted to shoot. He wanted to pass. He wanted to create. He wanted to quicken the tempo. He knew when to quick the tempo up as well. This is a player who's going straight to the very top. And I feel like what even impressed me the most is his physical levels. Ethan Nwaneri's physical levels are just absolutely incredible. I mean, the way he was bouncing off players, the way he used his frame, the way he was turning. It was a bit like Saka, when Saka receives the ball on his left foot and kind of swivels his body around and the defender can't get the ball. That's what I was seeing from a 17-year-old. To be that confident in your body, to use your body really well, it's just absolutely commendable. And I just really, really love Ethan Nwaneri. Just such a super mega talent. And I'm sure it showed today to Mikel Arteta that he's ready, because I was thinking, Trossard did get the 2 goals. He was fantastic, but he didn't have that creative spark, that energy, that picking up the ball in spaces, the link play with Saka. Saka instantly also elevated again when Ethan was on the pitch. And I can't believe that this sort of shift was done by a 17-year-old, and it was just so good. Right foot, left foot, equally confident, strikes off, ball striking. It is all there. He has everything to go to the very, very top, and I'm sure a lot of Arsenal fans' eyes were open, because Bolton, in the week, we saw what he was made of. Scoring goals, receiving the ball in difficult areas, playing it. That's Bolton. This is the Premier League. This is the last 5 minutes of the game. You make that big of an impact in 5 minutes, you can just, you deserve a pat on the back. And I'm sure, Mikel Arteta talked about the impact he has, but he also knows Ethan's qualities. There's no way a player, so young would even be considered in a bench if he wasn't good enough. And I think now, surely, we've got PSG in the week, we've got Southampton on the weekend. I definitely expect Ethan Nwaneri to start, this week. We are going to see significant Ethan minutes, and I think it's going to be absolutely incredible, Gunners, because he is a super, super talent. I just really, really love what I'm seeing. It kind of reminds me, when sort of Saka came out of the academy, you saw his quality, he kind of, had the performance against, Frankfurt, I think it was away from home, where we were all like, yes, this guy has the minerals. And I think this performance against Leicester City in the Premier League with 5 minutes to go is the Saka performance where we can say he is him. He is good. He is strong. He is confident. He has got everything to go to the very top. And I think, even the sort of impact he had on the other players, and I'm talking also the Declan Rice is out there. Declan Rice dropped into the six. He was mopping stuff up. This is no disrespect to Thomas Partey, who was a fantastic player, but you could tell when Rice came back into the six, he felt confident to give the ball to Nwaneri. Trossard was splitting off. Havertz was coming deep and also going in the number 9 position. There was so much. And that is all coming from, Ethan Nwaneri's presence on the pitch, the confidence he gives, the change of shape we can now have, giving Saka that help. Because although Saka was really, really good on his own 1v3, I thought he had a top game. Ethan Nwaneri brought something else, this confidence to Saka. Saka really, really started going, and that's all because of, Ethan Nwaneri kind of lifting things up. And I think 17 years old to do that is absolutely, sort of incredible. I've got his stats here, 7.0 rating in 17 minutes of football, Gunners. I don't think we sort of, are deep in how good that is, to be honest. You're looking at his heat map as well, picking up the ball in and around that area. He wants the touches in the box. He wants the difficult tight spaces. He operates in the tight spaces to such a high degree. A youngster to do this in the tight spaces, it's just so good. And I mean, look, 10 touches. It just shows how much he wanted the ball. To get 10 touches in 10 minutes of football, I think it was in, if we're adding additional time, is very, very good. 0.16 expected assists, to even have any sort of XG in expected assists is just absolutely I mean, it's incredible, to be honest. One key pass as well. He's a magician. He quite literally is a magician. He has the talent. He's creating with literally nothing in terms of minutes on the pitch. 1 out of 1 accurate long balls as well. 6 out of 6 accurate passes, 100%, not misplacing a single pass, showing how confident he is, showing how good he is. Again, 1 out of 2 ground duels won there as well, getting in the duels, getting himself in areas to win the ball back. I think my favorite moment was towards the end. We'd scored, it was 3-2, we were kind of backs against the wall. This was before the Havertz goal. Nwaneri just flew straight into a challenge, and the crowd got up. You could see he was feeling himself as well. He wants to be involved in the duels, and Mikel Arteta has a guy here who has everything that you kind of want to wish for from a midfielder, from a youngster. The quality, the sort of responsibility was taken up. This is so good, Ethan, and I just think he definitely does deserve to start a lot more games this season. And I looked at Twitter, I looked at Instagram, everyone is raving about Ethan Nwaneri. We know that the performance wasn't great as a collective, as a team, but individually, Ethan Nwaneri, I've talked about him this whole video, but also, of course, during Timber, I think he was absolutely incredible, to be honest. If we're looking at the whole team, Timber, Rice, Martinelli I thought was really good. Calafiori, he just gives us another dimension in the left back spot. Saka, of course. I really do feel like we had some top performances in there. Defensively, I think Saliba, sort of struggled against Jamie Vardy in the duels, but that's to be expected. Jamie Vardy is sort of, a fox in a box, knows how to run the channels, experienced. Saliba's still young, he's still going to come up against these sort of players. But yeah, I think it was, as a team, we can be quite delighted with the performance we had. And Ethan Nwaneri most certainly can hold his head up very high. But yeah, let us just move on in terms of just talking about the rest of the boys, because yeah, I think 4-2 at home, throwing the 2-goal lead, not good enough at all. We've got to be a lot better, stronger. We've got to be a lot more compact, especially after half time, to be honest. It was unlike us. I was shell-shocked when the goal went in. I was just like, okay. And we just couldn't pick up the tempo quick enough. And that's unlike an Arteta team. Normally we can lock in quickly. We can, sort of adjust to the game, but we just couldn't do that. And I think that Leicester goal, the Justin goal, was absolutely incredible, to be honest. A fantastic strike. But I mean, the fact that he was in those positions was all due to us. We weren't getting tight enough. We were leaving space up there. He could, get into really difficult sorts of scenarios and areas. And, that is not like us defensively. Conceding 2 goals at home to Leicester is not like us at all. But 3 points is what happens. City sort of drop points as well. Liverpool have a big game against Wolves. I don't know, maybe they lose, maybe they draw, maybe they, sort of win. Chelsea look pretty good this season. So these wins are important rather than the performance. We've kind of taken a step up, because this game sort of reminded me of the Fulham at home game last season when Fulham had 10 men. We've shown we've got that resilience now to get the win, to get the points, and to really dig deep in those last minutes. And of course, the corner was what actually got us out of jail, as always. But anyway, gunners, that's it for now. Let me know your thoughts on Ethan Nwaneri's performance, on the team's performance as well. But until next time, peace.